So this is going to be very informal, but my goal here is just to give you a Reiki experience. So I was curious to know, has anybody not done Reiki before? Do you know what it is?
I know a little bit about it.
Okay.
Just like that it's an energy transfer.
Yeah. So Reiki, it originated in Japan. That's where it was sort of founded, and then it came to the US in the 1930s. And it is an energy healing modality. So as a Reiki practitioner, I'm attuned to the Reiki energy. So when I'm sort of facilitating a Reiki session, I'm sort of channeling that energy and it comes out through the hands. You can sort of transmit it either by sort of light touch on the body, I could be hovering my hands, or it could be from the distance. It's just as powerful if I'm sending it to you from across the room or across the ocean. It really energy has no sort of boundaries, right? And I think at its simplest, it is a stress reliever. Like it really offers nervous system support. So when the Reiki energy starts to do its work, it like really calms the nervous system. And when your nervous system is calm, that's when healing can happen. And so that's really sort of the physiological benefits of it. But I would say also personally, it's been like a hugely sort of like, it's opened up like a huge spiritual journey for me because it is an energy modality. You sort of get tuned into this whole energetic world and you get curious about what is this I can feel and sense. And so that's sort of taken me sort of on this journey. But I guess today, basically, in a few minutes, I will have you lay back down. I will lead you through some breath work and a sort of meditation to sort of get us settled and grounded. And then I'll put some music on and I will both send Reiki to the group as a whole, but I will also start to move around and come and give some individual Reiki. And if there's anybody watching this video afterwards, they can also participate and sort of listen to the cues to lie down and get comfortable. That's sort of like my philosophy when I'm doing work is it really is a partnership. You may be laying down and it may feel like a passive practice, but I'm sort of channeling the Reiki energy, but your body, your mind, your spirit is taking that energy in and it knows where it needs to flow. And I kind of also think of Reiki as like energetic acupuncture. The idea is to get an even flow through the body and just sort of move any stagnation out of the way. So I think that's kind of it, unless there's anything else, any questions.
Oh, so can the people watching get the benefit from your energy as well?
They can. Yeah. So go ahead and you can lie down, get comfortable. Let's see if put a little bit of light music. I'll have it a little bit lower as I'll still be speaking. So just go ahead and get comfortable. Can close your eyes if that feels comfortable, or just find a soft gaze. And if you need to wiggle or move in any way that helps you land a little bit more comfortably, go ahead and do that. You can move at any point. Don't feel like you have to lay there in stillness. And before anything, just tune into your breath. You don't have to change it. We're not deepening yet. We're just taking a moment to tune into the quality of our breath right now. Maybe noticing if it feels like you're breathing with ease. Maybe it feels quite shallow. And there's no judgment. We're just sort of noticing. And just feel the parts of your body that are being supported by the ground, by the couch, by the chair. And just let your body just sink into it, let it hold you and support you. And if it feels good to do so, you can start to deepen your breath, just taking slow inhales and slow exhales. Just do a couple of those at your own pace. Slow inhales and slow exhales. And again, if it feels good to do so, see if you can now make your exhale just a beat or two longer than your inhale. By extending the exhale, it helps to tap into the parasympathetic nervous system activity that lets the body know that it's okay to relax and rest. It moves us away from that fight or flight. And as you take those breaths, just feel the air moving up and down through the body, filling the lungs, filling the diaphragm. And we're going to do a quick body scan. We're going to start at the feet and move all the way up to the head, just noticing any sensations in the body, just noticing how our body's feeling right now. So starting with the feet, the ankles, the toes, just noticing sensations. Maybe there's thoughts or emotions that sort of flit by. Maybe notice if your toes feel scrunched up or they're relaxed. And then moving up to the legs, the lower part of the legs, the knees, the upper part of the legs. Again, just noticing sensations. Do your legs feel heavy or light? And then moving up to the hips and the lower back and the stomach. Noticing if there's a sense of tightness or constriction, or maybe there's a sense of expansion, maybe it's something else entirely. And moving up to the chest and the upper back. Maybe you can feel your heart beating. Maybe there's a sense of openness. And then moving up to the neck and the shoulders. Again, just noticing sensations, any information that your body is providing you with right now. And again, there's no judgment, there's no need to change it. We're simply observing. And then finally moving up to the face, the head, maybe check in with the jaw. And you can take a little snapshot as we'll revisit the body scan at the end. Now that you've moved your focus up to your head, just imagine a big warm ball of white light just above the crown. White light, white energy. And you can invite it into the crown, moving down through the face, just clearing and cleansing and revitalizing every cell, every atom. And moving that light down through the neck, the shoulders, just letting it expand out, cleansing and clearing. And then down to the chest, the upper back again. The light is coming in, filling every part of your body. It's flowing down through your shoulders, out through your arms and hands. And then moving it down the torso, through the stomach, the lower back, the hips. Just cleansing, clearing anything that might feel stagnant, that needs to be released. And then moving it down through the legs, down the upper part of the leg, the knees, the shins and calves. Letting it settle there for a moment, just cleansing and clearing. Offering your body a sense of renewal. And then move that light, that warm white light, down through the ankles. And it's spreading out through your feet, your toes. And then release it out through the bottom of your feet. And anything that's being released is any of that stagnant energy, anything that no longer serves you, anything that you want to flush out of the body. And now envision a warm violet light at your feet. And that's now going to enter your body through the soles of your feet. And it's now just filling your entire being from the very tips of your toes, up through your legs, through your hips, your torso, your chest, your back, your neck, your face, the crown. And just imagine it enveloping you. It maybe even goes out 1, 2, 3 feet out in every direction, cleansing your aura. And I'm now going to go quiet, and I'm going to call in the Reiki energy. I will send it both as a group, and we'll start to move around and individually give you some. So all you have to do is just settle in and relax and receive. Keeping your eyes closed, you can start coming back into the space. Maybe feeling the air on your face, the parts of the body that are supported by the ground below you. Maybe just gently wiggling your fingers and toes. And we're going to revisit the body scan. This time we're going to start at the top of the head. Just checking in with the face, the jaw, the crown of the head. Noticing what sensations are present now. Maybe they're the same as before, maybe something has shifted. And then moving down to your neck and your shoulders. Just noticing what your body's telling you now. And then down to your chest and your upper back. Maybe noticing how your heart space is feeling. And then down to the stomach and the lower back and the hips. And then down to the legs, the upper part of the legs, the knees, the shins and calves. Noticing sensations, any thoughts or emotions that might pop up. And then finally down to the feet, the ankles, the toes. And maybe just noticing overall how you're feeling now, how it may have shifted from when we started. And to close out, we'll take a couple of slow breaths together. So you can take a slow inhale. And an even slower exhale. And just do 2 more slow breaths in and out at your own pace. And when you're ready, you can wiggle your fingers and toes, move and stretch in any way that feels good right now. Gently open your eyes. And there's absolutely no rush. Take your time coming back into the space. Thank you.
Oh, that couch is amazing.
That's so good.
So whenever you're ready, you can slowly make your way up to seated, or if you want, you can just roll over on your side and face this way. And I just wanted to give a little space if anybody wants to share what that was like. I realized I forgot to say at the beginning what you might experience like during Reiki, which is very varied. Some people feel nothing. Some people might feel tingling. They might feel energy moving. They may fall asleep. Yeah. But yeah, so if there's anything you want to share related to what you felt, anything that might have come up. Yeah.
You see colors.
Mm-hmm. I'm not necessarily, that was one of the first things that I saw when I started receiving Reiki, and it was usually like purples and blues, which technically, if you're thinking about the chakras, it is like the upper chakras, but I don't know if you I don't necessarily think you have to like tie like a particular, yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you brought me back to the party. Oh, yes. So the different colors do have different meanings, but they're not universal meanings for every human. And so when you see purple, recalling how you feel and what purple means to you is what that means. And one of the things, that's why we push on this human so much, not to find a protocol, because it's a very unique chemical experience that you're co-creating with the spiritual world, and you're seeing that. So so let's say you saw yellow, and if you go online and Google says yellow means gold, then you think it's money. But for you, abundance is green, right? So it's very personalized for each individual. And so what we would offer is for you to sit with that color in your heart and see what that feels like for you, and what does that call in for you, and to trust that, because sometimes humans like to say, oh, that was my imagination, and write it off. But your imagination is the vehicle for the inspiration of getting to know your own intuition. So allow the imagination to be part of it and allow it to be good. Yes. Yes.
Anybody else?
I was trying to really embrace receiving, what is receiving. And so I went on this, like, it was long. I didn't know it would be, the session would be so long. And I was like on this journey of, like, I was a cat, just like receiving like scratches. And I was thinking about how Archangel Michael told me in a session to be more cat-like, because I'm trying to like move beyond some people-pleasing stuff, and cats will just like knock over something and not care. And so I was just like a cat, just receiving the scratches. And then I was like imagining myself riding a unicorn. I saw some unicorn art, and I
Just for you.
funny, but like receiving the strength of the ride. And then I was like swimming with dolphins, and I was receiving like the intelligence of the water. And then when you came over, your hands were really hot. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this is like chicken noodle soup for the soul. Like,
You went on an adventure.
it was very rich. So yeah, I was like picturing like literally like chicken noodle soup noodles just like going through my body. So yeah, I don't know. It was like
comfort
very
for
rich.
your soul.
Yeah. And it felt like at the end, like the body scan, I was like, oh, I feel like myself, like very alive.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. It was so cool.
Good, I'm glad. And it's interesting to hear, because like everyone has such a diverse experience. So yeah, there's no one journey during Reiki. Yeah. And I think also what I didn't explain was, obviously because the way you guys are laying, I basically work sort of on the upper body, but during Reiki you really do move from the top of the head down to the body, sort of hitting all the energetic. Regardless, even if you're working on the top, the energy is going to find where it needs to go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And interestingly, I was just trained in Reiki this last year, and I heard Michael tell me to put my hands up. I was like, oh, well, we didn't talk about this, but I held the energy.
Yeah.
But I really felt like he was having me do some of the releasing. So in some ways, I felt like he was having me do the feet while you were doing the heads, which I know we didn't plan.
Yeah.
But I could feel my hands activate, and Michael kept saying, put them up. And I was like, all right, I don't know what I'm doing here, but.
And I looked over.
Because he said so. But I could see, I don't necessarily see stuff. My true gift is just leaving my body. Like, that's what I do. But there was this almost like it's not like a merging of our auras. Everyone's still their own individual, but it felt like we became a unit the longer we went on. And to sit up and be watching it happen was really quite beautiful. Like we were seeing the collective soul finding its own physical expression when we were all at peace together. So it was really pretty.
Yeah, I think Reiki kind of puts you like in, it's almost like a dream. Like you're not asleep, but you're also not fully awake. And yeah.
I call it like a blissful relaxation.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like not just relaxing, it's like you're just in this like nothing matters. Your worries are gone, you just feel like peaceful.
Yeah. And I think also collectively, like everyone's energy is contributing to the space. And if there was somebody else here, they would also do it, but it would change the energy. So yeah, it was super peaceful.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And it felt safe.
Yeah, like there was this sense, I mean, not that I don't
Yeah.
feel unsafe, but like there was just something about collectively being sort of in this experience together. It just kind of felt like you kind of melted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 I think safety is a good word for it, because you could have a collective nap and not feel safe,
Right.
right? But there was a sense of purposefulness to it. Like everyone here is wanting the best for one another. And together that love kind of amplifies each other. Oh, I love you, Christy!
Oh my God, I love you, especially with your pink unicorn open on.
That's from Marie and Dakota.
That's so cute.
I love it.
Anybody else? Anything else before we wrap?
So I love this idea of like us doing Reiki on ourselves, and even without like having any training or anything, is there something little that like we could do for ourselves?
I mean, yeah, obviously with the training you get attuned, but I feel like it's already there. The training and the attunement just sort of like activates it. But even like the meditation where like you're bringing the light into the body and then letting, I mean, you're directing it, you're sort of asking it to cleanse, clear, whatever intention you're setting. So I think there's multiple ways to kind of get the same benefits of Reiki.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to add, but.
What I noticed, this is Sharisa, by the way. What I noticed when I would do things on myself before I was attuned to Reiki is I could feel the like the light expand inside me. I could feel the column of the light and all of that. After I got attuned and did my Reiki training, my hands heat up, and they didn't do that before. So there is something that happens in the attunement. And so now when I do Reiki on myself, once I do the symbols and I call in the Reiki energy, my hands heat up, and just like you were like, her hands are warm. There is something in that training that heats it up. And so now when I direct the energy specifically on my body, I can feel it. I don't know what it shifts, like if that's better or anything, because I believe we all self-heal. I don't think you need a special symbol to be able to remember your love. And the more you remember your love, your health reflects that. But I do think it's pretty darn cool when my hands heat up. So.
Yeah, that's
right.
Yeah.
Like sometimes my temple starts singing.
When you're giving or receiving?
When I'm giving,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like it's really
Yeah.
bizarre.
Yeah, sometimes my crown will ting. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's varied. Yeah. Anything else?
That was really great, though. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for being open, and especially for those who've never had it before. So appreciate it.
Awesome.
Yeah. You're very welcome.
Victoria she's my girlfriend, so I'm completely and utterly biased, but she's particularly talented. And I think when you find a Reiki practitioner, if you are wanting that in your own life, there's a chemistry that happens. Like when Victoria does Reiki on me, even though she's remote in Scotland, I feel like our spirit teams dance together. Like their spirit guides have gotten to know each other. They're all like, oh, Victoria and Sharisa party. And then she gets hits where she'll hear intuitive message from me, and I'll see things that we didn't necessarily have when we first started.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you want to explore Reiki for yourself, kind of shop around or find somebody that has that chemistry where you feel like this person is. Patricia, who got caught in the rain, so she didn't come, she's who I go to see locally, and it's the same thing. Like I can feel that. So trust your intuition if you want to explore it yourself. So, all right.